Hello everyone. Thank you for taking time to watching our presentation video. First, let me introduce myself. My name is Mananchia Phirkman, and I'm here with my teams. Jiranan Wong Mayurachat, Chanamon Chatta Virya, Shawalak Jira Watanakasem, and Pishamon Somjai. I think you have ever heard many problems of bullying. And one of the biggest problems of bullying is bullying LGBTQ in schools. From the reports of Workpoint News on 11 March 2020, Mark, a student in Seascape province, teased by a classmate as gay. He feels so stressed out and afraid, so he decided to commit suicide and finally died. This is not the first case that happened. That's why we're here to share this issue with everyone to know more about it. Our presentation will be in 4 parts. First, background of the story. Second, global impacts. Third, impacts in Thailand. And finally, proposed solutions.
As you can see here, background story. Let me begin by explaining that LGBTQ is an initialism that stands for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer. Lesbian is a homosexual woman. Gay is a term that refers to a homosexual person or the traits of being homosexual, but gay is also referred to a homosexual man. Bisexuality is mainly used in the context of human attraction to the non-romantic or sexual feeling toward both men and women. Transgender is devoting or relating to a person whose sense of personal identity and gender does not correspond with their birth sex. Queer is an umbrella term for sexual and gender minority who are not heterosexual or are not cisgender, and this information is according to Wikipedia. Are you all following me so far? Let's move on to bullying. Bullying is bullying, violent act with verbally and physically, including physical until being injured. Harassment is also considered bullying, which is a problem of violence in the children, especially LGBT children. Now, let's take a look at types of bullying. First, physical bullying, such as slapping your face, slapping your head, punching, stopping, throwing objects, or squeezing private part. Secondly, verbal bullying, such as threatening, abusing, insulting. Thirdly, social bullying, such as preventing them from joining the group or showing disgusting behavior. And finally, sexual harassment, such as sending suggestive email, notes, or letters, or making inappropriate sexual gesture, inappropriate touching. And this information is according to the research that I found on Google.
And then I will be looking at global impacts. LGBTQ are at an increased risk of being bullied. Bullying takes many forms, such as physical, verbal, social, and sexual abuse. It's out from many countries according to 2015 UNESCO report. We have given an example. One country is Japan, and selected transgender girls' sex data to show that the physical bullying 48% and verbal bullying 78% and social bullying 55%, and the last one sexual harassment 23%, is considered a very high percentage. Bullying puts youth at increased risk for depression, suicidal ideation, misuse of drugs and alcohol. Risky sexual behavior. Research in Ireland reveals LGBT have a negative experience in school due to homophobic and transphobic bullying and harassment, which affects their life change and often has negative mental health impacts. In Argentina, a study showed that 45% of trans students dropped out of school, either due to transphobic bullying by their peers or being excluded by the school. And many other countries are affected by this. We should more attention to these problems.
The topic of my talk is the impact of the issue on Thailand. Thailand might look like it's a paradise for LGBT. Do you agree? 56% of LGBT students state that they were being bullied by their classmates or teachers, mostly in high school. According to Professor Ronapum Samakikarom, in 2017, he states that school is the second highest risky place for LGBT students. Now, let's move on to Associate Professor Anusha Posamli. In 2016, he mentioned the Youth 2000 research that the group of LGBT students is about 5 to 10% of student population, and this group of students are at high risk of developing depressions as high as 6 times because of being bullied at school. This group of students has an attempted suicide rate at 13 to 45%. This rate is 5 times higher than a normal student. Most LGBT students are victims of bullying such as revealing, punching, being excluded from the group, being forced to have sexual relations, and being teased with bad words. Are you still with me? Let's look now at some examples. The first example, there is a male student who is homosexual, refuses to use school bathroom because he fears of being bullied by other male students who like sneaking or splashing water on him. The second example, from last year's news on December 18th, a grade 7 student in Nantaburi shot his classmate to death because the victim always used to bully and call him gay. And the last example, on 7th of November 2018, the boy that had an interview with BBC Thailand said that his teacher separated his seat from other female students because his teacher didn't want him to become a transgender. And there are still a lot more LGBT students who are victims of bullying at this time. It's time for us to be aware of this problem and help to reduce the risks that happens to these LGBT students in schools. Let's move on to proposed solution. My talk divided into 3 parts. I will start with solution for school, and next I will talk about solution for LGBTQ, and finally I will talk about solution for family that have an LGBTQ. First, school should pay attention to creating LGBT network for listen to the problem of bullying to LGBTQ and create penalty in school for people who are bullied to LGBTQ, both teachers and students. Second, for LGBTQ, being bullied can cause a depression disorder. The victim should consult a psychiatrist to have a talk and help themselves.
And finally, solution for family that had an LGBTQ. They should support and clearly accept the identity of their own child.
Well, we are nearing the end of our presentation. Now you can know more about LGBTQ and bullying LGBTQ in schools. To summarize, the main point of this project is that to realize how bad of bullying LGBTQ in school, and we all can solve these problems. That's all we want you to get from our presentation. I hope you like our presentation. Thank you for your attention.